Hey everybody, Bob Paskins here. Let's get ready for another 2-minute motivational drill. For this segment, we've been talking about the power of mentorship, the power of having a mentor. And we go back to the principle that was said by John Maxwell, stating that it's hard to improve when you have no one to follow but yourself. So to start off, we discussed the power and the reasons to have a mentor as well as to be a mentor. And then from there, we took a look at several principles of what to do to find a proper mentor. We looked at having the mentor be aware of both your time and where you are in your space of things and the pace that you want to go. The second part is making sure that your mentor was friendly and cared for you, but was also able to deliver honest truths into your life. Then, yesterday we talked about having a mentor being an excellent example for you. That it's not just what they say, but it's also what they do to follow up with what they say. Now today, looking at mentor, I want to talk about the power of finding results through the mentorship process. You see, ultimately, what good's a mentor if he doesn't lead to good results? Now, mentors I find can help provide results in a number of different areas. The first one is just personal awareness, making sure that you're able to look in and find something deep inside you, dig down deep, to find some insights that you might be able to have, to offer a perspective that you may not see because it's a third-party perspective versus just looking at yourself in the mirror. The second part of that is all with goals. Now this could be with business or personal. You have a number of goals out there, but we'll kind of stick to the business side. It'll help you set those goals. It'll help you meet those goals. It will help you develop tools to be able to go out and meet those goals. Because goal setting is critical in the mentorship relationship. Or the third part could be looking at a greater relationship growth or relational growth. Now, when I take a look at that, I mean, what does it look like for you to basically invest in relationships, to grow your interpersonal side of relationships? How you relate to others is very important with that. Or another way of saying this, and something that I've worked on, is the emotional intelligence. How are you dealing with situations with people? What does that do to you? Will that tie you up in knots, or are you able to move past it? Now, looking at the growth of relationships kind of ties me back to something that I'm thinking about when it deals with my personal friends. Now, I've had the honor to be in 13 groomsmen. Now, at this point, man, I should have just bought a tux. It would have been a whole lot easier just for me to buy one tuxedo as opposed to be in 13 different weddings. But again, it was something that I was honored to do. And I take that seriously. So today, what I like to do is still keep in contact with each one of the 13 people that I stood up for when they got married. Now, it's a little bit different and a little bit challenging. Some of them I speak on a very regular basis, and some I don't. And that kind of leads me to the example today. There are two guys, and I'll keep their names discreet. So one of them is Joe and one of them is Steve. Now, when I reach out to Joe and I have known each other since high school. And basically, when we speak, our conversations are good, but they always go back to things in high school. They always go back to our interests that we had in high school. And they really haven't grown from there. If there are any pauses or any awkward silences, sure enough, what do? We go back to the common denominator of what was going on back in high school. Now, those conversations are fun, but really, there's not much growth there. And typically, I don't feel that I have learned more about Joe after that conversation than when we started it. Conversely, I have another friend, and his name is Steve. Steve and I have also known each other for about 20 years, but Steve and my relationship is different. After catching up for about 5 minutes or so, we really start digging deeper into what is going on in their lives. What is making them tick? What are they concerned about? What are areas that they're looking to grow? Man, those conversations are fulfilling. Steve shares from his standpoint. I share from my standpoint. We offer each other counsel, advice, and all of that. And we end up being uplifted after the conversation. I feel like I know Steve at a deeper level after the conversation than when I started. And vice versa, I know there was growth that's going on for the both of us as we both strive to be better. Now, the funny thing is, I speak to Joe and Steve at about the same interval. but the results from the conversation are drastically different. So here's the drill. When it comes to mentorship, you need to look and find a mentor that will help you grow. Again, I spoke of the areas of your awareness, your relational growth, or setting goals, but there needs to be growth in order to have the mentorship work, in order to have the time investment of having a mentor work. So that's what I encourage you to do. And going back to what I said in the first part of this series, I encourage you to go out and find a mentor, or if you need, go out and mentor somebody else as well. This is Bob Paskins for the 2-Minute Motivational Drill, encouraging you to engage in light, to let your light shine, and to be a champ. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.